Another good feature we added was the leaderboard, right? So you have, in the past, you had to make an experiment with this accuracy setting and this XGBoost enabled, but no light GBM or no TensorFlow or no PyTorch and so on. And now you can say, just go, create the whole leaderboard at once here on the left. And when we do that, you can still control some of the settings and the expert settings. You can say, I want, I want only these transformers, or I want only my custom model H2O3 GBM, for example, or only cat boost. But it will still do some other variations based on what's the remaining freedom that we have given your constraints. So then it will make a leaderboard of, say, 10 models that are all different. Some are easy, some are complicated, some have lots of features, few features, all that. And in the end, you get this leaderboard, and then you can score them all automatically on different data sets, and you can sort them by the scores and or by the time it took to train, or by the, the megabytes of the outcome, the package that you would put in production and so on. So this is a cool feature to, save you time, give you a kind of a quick baseline, where do I stand with this data set, what's possible out of the box, and how much penalty do I pay if I have to put this monster model in production or not, basically. Maybe it's 500 more megabytes, or maybe it's 50 more milliseconds to score, or maybe I don't really need it. The simple model is good enough.
Yeah, I think that's the great part about it, is you could just let the system run, and then you get a bunch of different models, and you can kind of look at those and compare those and say, oh, well, this one, it's not quite as accurate as that bigger model, but it's a lot leaner. It's going to run a lot faster, right? Let's say in production, or it's more explainable. And now you can kind of easily see that here, which I think is great.
You also notice the queue here. So we added a queue so that you have not all of these run at once, right? So from now on, when you run experiments, they get queued up into this queue. So you run 2 at a time per worker node. There's also a multi-node system in place now, and we're going to add more and more towards that. But this version 1.9 already ships with support for multi-node. So you can have 5 worker nodes, each can do 2 jobs at a time. So you can run 10 experiments at once. The rest is queued up, and all the different people that log into the system, they can basically wait for each other's jobs to finish before they overload the system out of memory, right? Currently it would run out of memory, but not anymore. Now it's just 1 at a time or 2 at a time per worker node. And you just have to wait a little bit longer, but at least it will not crash because someone else submitted a job at midnight that used all the memory and killed your experiment or something. So now it's basically more able to coexist, and also to make sure that you don't overstress the system. This is all configurable and so on. So if you're interested in multi-node, talk to us, please.